I've always been aware of a hard-looking line in Steel Gorge in Glen Nevis. For years I put off trying it because I didn't think this section on the second pitch had enough holes.
Fuck!
You always have to go and look though, because although it was desperate, I did manage the moves. It was Julian Lyons who encouraged me to finally get on this project after he had briefly tried the first pitch, also a hard piece of climbing. Good easterly coming through the gorge today. I think there's a chance that the crimps might be grippy. I might be able to try some moves properly. Can't wait. Just the first week in September and just the edge is coming off the summer temperatures, and I just love this time of year where you just get excited that the right conditions for hard climbing are coming, and also a sense of urgency. Am I ready? No, not really. I might be soon, and today is going to help. Today the objective is to just try and clean this route a bit more and just see if I can actually do all the individual moves or get as close to that as possible. Check some gear placement, check the line, just getting started really. That's savage, that crimp. Oh no man, no. Oh, nearly. I had high hopes for crisp October days trying to climb this line. As it happened, October was dreich and I had to let it go over the winter. Spring attempts were always going to be tricky on this route since it's in the sun most of the day. Even in April, I worried I'd already left it too late. Without a strong wind, I could barely even do the moves. I persevered nonetheless. It doesn't always happen, but if we got one more cold windy day into the start of May, maybe I could pull it off. I could see an easterly wind in the forecast, and that tends to funnel through Steel Gorge. It was a long shot, but I really should prepare as if it were a certainty. There's something about laying out the rack for a hard trad route that really seals the determination to actually lead the climb. If conditions were okay, I'd at least climb up to the first gear and see how things felt. The first section is unprotected 7B up to a pocket. The pocket takes 3 pieces of crucial gear for the first crux. In isolation, none of them are that inspiring, but together I'd be confident enough to make hard moves above them. The important thing is to get all 3 in within 10 seconds or so before you start to get pumped on the right hand crimp. I put them on finger tape on my harness just to shave a few seconds off. This worked well, all of them in without faff and no excuses not to attempt the crux. Just one quick shake for the right hand, and now it's time to do the business. It's tempting to rush, but make sure you get that right foot into the little nick so that it doesn't ping off like it did on the warm-up try. Now just relax again and manage the pump on the headwall. I'm already thinking about the harder second pitch. The first pitch is E8 and that crux felt hard enough in the sun, even with the cold wind. I need that sun to drop off if I'm going to justify trying the top half.
Nice one, Dave.
Okay mate, safe. While Kev jogged up to join me on the ledge, I prepared the rack. On my last top rope session, I found a skyhook placement that might take the edge off the risk of leading this pitch. The crux is extremely bouldery and a follow was fairly likely. There was a risk of clipping some ankle snapping ledges on the fall zone below, but the hook might just take the edge off this risk and would certainly make it feel less intimidating to start into the boulder problem. The first task was just to go up and arrange the gear. It was now overcast and the temperature was dropping by the minute. Yes, this is my opportunity. There's no way I can let myself not take advantage of it. The skyhook felt solid with a good tug and I cranked it tight on a connect to the cam below to make sure it wouldn't fall off, and then reversed back to the ledge to have a think. As soon as I took my fleece off, it felt instantly freezing. This is the moment to go. Take the side pull, take the crimp, feel that wind. Everything feels good, so let's get ready for the effort. Now for the key test. How does the first lock feel on those small crimps? Totally static in this wind. This is the moment, let's get it done. Get the cam, take your time. Place it the right way around. Narrow cams facing right. Probably still wouldn't hold, but you're not going to fall. There's no pump, so take your time with the feet. It feels good to be out from gear on a new route. Hopefully, I can do this again next week.